Right, so it's this little guy here, Noctua NF-F12 PWM focus flow fans, made in Austria, which is close to Germany. And we know how good of an engineers those guys are. Now, this being, you know, a case fan, comes with a hell of a lot of equipment and accessories and a thorough manual. What am I doing? Right, so I got a ton of different technologies, or so they claim, and these are supposed to be the ultimate quiet fans while providing the maximum amount of airflow possible. So yeah, I mean, I only paid like $20 for them at NCIX. Oh, what, $20? You mad for a case fan? Yeah, these are like the best fans out there, if you can pardon the looks of it. It's like, it's a love-or-hate look. I'm impartial to it. Actually, it has grown on me. The colors, beige, brown, whatever it is. So yeah, the unit is pretty simple with a short straw. Oh, the straw was the cable. You got 4 of these rubber pulley thingies, which are supposed to reduce vibration. You can attach the fan to your chassis. With those, you have a... Oh, by the way, the cable is, as I said, PWM. So you got 2 of these for some reason. I don't know why you got 2 of these. So 2 4-pin to 1 4-pin, in case you got 2 of them. But every single fan comes with 1, so it's kind of pointless. This is basically an extender. It's about 1 foot long, and in case it's not long enough, the original cable, you can use that. This is what they called LNA, or low noise adapter. You guys can, there we go. So what it does is basically reduces the RPM by a couple hundreds, and what it does is reduces the noise. It probably won't be using them for a number of reasons. First, these are super quiet as it is, and the other reason would be that the case comes with integrated fan control. So only for those, it also comes with a set of screws. I wish they were black, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, comes with 4 of these rubber finicky vibration noise dampening adapters that you can remove. And yeah, it's a nice looking fan, and hopefully it'll be exactly what they promised it to be. Now, back to the main unit, the power supply. Give me a minute and I'll unpack it. Moving on, this is the power supply I decided to go with. AX1200 from Corsair. One of the best power supplies out there, rated 80+ gold. The main reason I went for this is because all of the cables are in black. I don't have to buy extensions, I don't have to lose efficiency over them. So that was pretty much the only power supply I could find that had fully braided cable in black. No exposed wires, they're ugly. Also to this side, this is the top radiators I'm going to be using. It's an EK unit, 360mm, as I said, and it's only 47mm thick, so should have no problem fitting at the top of the Cosmos 2. These two, as I've used before, yeah, that's my cell phone. These are Corsair Airflow something. Yes. Gonna be using 2 of those over the fans. Kind of overkill, but just for the looks, I went for them. Oh, I forgot something. Let me just go burn down the house for insurance. I mean, just let me go grab the product. I'll be right back. Right, so I'm just gonna go over the cables first. You get 12 SATA cables, basically 3 different cables with 4 SATA connections on them, and 2 dual SATA cables. These only have 2, so that's a total of 14 SATA connectors you'll be getting. You also got 2 8-pins just for the CPU. You've got a usual 24-pin motherboard connector. You got 3x4 Molex connectors, and 2 of these guys. These are the sort of connectors you'd use if you'd be living in a cave under a rock. So these are floppy drive connectors. Actually, shouldn't have said that. Some motherboards use that for you know, extra power source sort of thing. But yeah, still ancient. That's a beefy power cord. You get your, I said that I was gonna go over cables first. Yeah, so you also get 6 plus 2 PCI Express cables, so you can do up to 3-way SLI, I guess. Yeah, you wouldn't need. It's kind of weird because you should be able to easily do quad SLI or crossfire, but they didn't include enough cables. Moving on, you got a bunch of zip ties and Corsair logo and some screws and the manual. And here is the main unit, AX1200, Corsair, 135mm fan, and yes, I've measured it. So here's the interesting bit. It's the other way around. Alright, so there you can see the 24 pin and the PCI Express and 4+4 CPU connectors. So yeah, it doesn't have enough rails or connections to maintain a quad SLI or crossfire support. So let's say one of them will be used for the CPU, you'd end up with 7 more. It's not going to be enough. You also got 6 more for peripheral, that's Molex and SATA. So a lot of connectivity options, but I really wanted to see this thing be able to pull 4 cards. I guess for safety reason they didn't include more connectors. Yeah, so that's about the PSU. Corsair AX1200 Gold 80+. Well, I thought I'd also include some of the other stuff I'd be putting in the rig, which might not be as exciting or appealing, but you have to have them. So on the right, you get a 2TB Seagate Barracuda Green. You get 2 crucial M4 SSDs, and those are the 128GB versions. Basically, they're going on RAID 0, which will give me a ton of performance, and I'll probably partition them into 2 different sections, one for games and one for Windows. And we have also here an LG Blu-ray writer. To be honest with you guys, I'm probably not going to use this much or at all. I don't use CDs or DVDs or Blu-rays, but I thought I'd include one in the build anyway. The only problem is that it's white, so I might have to paint it, else it's gonna, I mean, it does look very ugly. I mean, you'd think it's like a $90 drive, but it's not painted. So yeah, these are pretty much the smaller parts that are gonna be going into the rig, and yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, so this is the final assembly I decided to go with for the bottom compartment of the Comsos 2. It's basically 2 of these Noctua UT40 full copper radiator. The 240 version, they're 60mm thick. And yeah, so full-size 240 radiator, 2 in tandem. I've connected them in the middle with a SLI bridge, so what you usually use on a graphic card, but since the distance was perfect, I just used one to tidy up. And I've used 2 90-degree Enzotech fittings to route the, what's it called, the hoses upstairs. As you can see, it's a pretty hefty unit. I mean, I guess you can call it a unit now. It's a whole, I'm in trouble fixing that grommet. I'm using 6 Noctua it's not NH, it's NF-F12 focused flow fans. These are supposedly the best fans in terms of maximum airflow and minimize noise, or maximum airflow and minimum noise. So yeah, I don't think I could have done it any better. It's like a big solid unit, so let me just try to put it in the chassis. It's really heavy, lift with one hand. Not being a wuss here, it's just really that heavy. Oh, look who's here. That's Snow, one of my favorites. There's the other one, Gray, and the house is a mess. Anyhow. yeah, fittings are actually creating a problem. I think I might have to take these two out and remount them once they're inside. But yeah, as far as the radiator is concerned, the size, it fits pretty much perfectly. So yeah, it was just a quick update to let you guys know how things are going. Peace.